What is the time, mate?
It's 11:25.
Oh shit, I'm going to get rolling. 3, 2, 1. All right, week ahead. Kembla Tuesday.
I'll be there.
Warwick Farm Wednesday.
Can't wait.
Solid card.
At Seymour and Melbourne, or Victoria.
Just a point on Warwick Farm.
Darren
How
will be doing.
old mate did the donuts near the winning post. The track seemed fine.
It was so funny because
And it was wet as well.
I turned up and forgot all about it, and then the meeting had finished, and then I remember someone said, "Well, let's do donut," because I was stressing all week about it. Remember I said to you I was worried about it?
Yeah, so how did they manage that? That's like, seems a big repair job.
I suppose they repair it, grass grows, they throw a bit of this, turf takes, I don't know, spring.
Yeah. Probably okay.
Yeah,
it was a few weeks before.
Go dig a big hole in your backyard this afternoon, right? And then fill it in tomorrow, and then later, and see, a week later, run the mower and back. Yeah, there's a scab. It's like a scab on your, it heals.
Yeah.
Okay.
It heals.
It heals. There it is.
Nature heals.
Hawkesbury Thursday, Golden Rose
If
Saturday.
you pray too, it might heal quicker.
Flemington Saturday, Maccabi Diva Stakes, Doomben, and of course Hong Kong is back on the circuit now. Social media trending.
Just quickly before we talk about Hong Kong, I watched for the first 7 or 8 races. I looked up the results. I was just looking to see if young Chadley had ridden a winner, and he hadn't up to race 8. I don't know how he went in race 9, race 10, but I've got to say, first day in Hong Kong, 10 rides and 10 races.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And he did ride a winner.
Oh, did he? What, race 9, race 10?
Must have been.
Must have been, yeah. I didn't know. I'd given up after
And,
race 8.
Nash got one.
I saw that, but I wasn't cheering Nash. I was cheering young Chadley. Because I thought, well, if you've got 10 rides, you've got a good chance of riding a winner.
You've got 10 chances of riding a winner.
Well, yeah, but you put all the chances together makes one good chance.
Yeah, depending on the.
Okay, he rode a winner, did he? Great.
Good on him. Okay, social media trending. Matthew, anything?
Yes. Benjamin Perkins, sorry.
Oh, Ben Perkins,
Yeah, wants to say we should have pacemakers in races after watching the Chelmsford. He wasn't happy with that.
But then that takes away from the deliciousness of the punt.
Yeah, that's the idea of weight grade races. There's something different.
Watch those O'Brien
barriers
in England and the favourites getting a suck through the fence. It's just sickening.
It just becomes the same.
And then watch the horse just run off on the bend and pull up. How owners pay for that, I'll never know.
And then the pace, then that makes it the stronger as well too, because the stables that can put a pacemaker in can then control the tempo to what suits them if they're allowed to just be there to control the pace and not really.
But anyway, what else anyone's trending?
No, Ben wants to say continue on as poor ride on Pornishead that you mentioned.
I think
that already.
There was. Well, Complacent did lead with Hartnell pulling outside it. I think there was the opportunity to take up the thing.
This guy Super Multi Tip says he watches a lot of overseas racing. He just doesn't see the bias that seems to be affecting a lot of tracks in Australia. I don't know if
I'd agree with that, but what do we see from overseas? We see Hong Kong, where a climate would make the grass grow like an inch a day every day. But you have a look at a few South New Zealand races where they're there's plenty of track outside. I think it's to do with climate.
Yeah,
and also may not be discovered yet too. It might be gold. They might be markets to be able to go and play in, because they might not be discovered.
Next week on the show we've got Istanbul tips coming. We've got a big lane.
Well, we're working on the 9 to 10 metre lane at Istanbul.
You wouldn't believe it. Potter's got a twin in Istanbul. He wears trackies as well. The bloke.
Trackie in Istanbul would be a bit.
I can't believe you said Potter was scared of me. Why would you scared of me?
He watches the show and he doesn't like, why does Potter get all the raps? He takes that personally. He's a beautiful man with a beautiful heart.
He's a nice man. What? It's not because he always gets raps. He does get a lot of raps.
I don't think we've ever heard that on the show before. He is a beautiful man with a beautiful heart.
You can't read Glenn. Too much of a live wire.
Does he play poker?
I don't find out.
I'll bring 10,000. I'll play your heads up. You can't read me.
The only Glenn he knows is on the show, which is not. This is only
nothing like
that's like the bit of the iceberg above the water.
No, outside the show, I'm really racist.
Ricochet from BT McDermott. He said, "Why is Ricochet so hard to read?" He says Otto Man was his best bet when it clearly needed to run. Then Faralidos faults him. So apparently, John O'Shea said that.
When you're dealing with a lot of horses, and I think half the time you're in bed because you've got managers handling everything now.
Yep.
I think he's, he might even ring up Stewie Davis and he'd say, "What's my best today?"
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say that
he doesn't seem like a lazy type. He doesn't seem.
No, but I just think the job would make you. I think there's a lot.
There's just too many sausage rolls in the job, is there?
I think you turn up to the canteen or wherever you look, and you get there late. Is everything gone out? Oh yeah, yes, boss. Yeah, oh yes. Ooh, free sausage rolls. Yeah. Ooh, I'll have 2 of those and a coffee. How'd that work? Yeah, good, boss. Oh, good. Okay, all done. I'm going home.
Yeah.
In life, you do get lazier if things get easier.
Yeah, but he doesn't seem like the sort of person that would natively find the easy
No.
part.
No,
You know,
he has
he's
to be
like-
angry.
Yeah, he's.
I tell you, he's like I was rapping. King's the best of us, and I'm happy with that. But I reckon
Best
John
punny you've ever
O'Shea.
seen, best jockey you've ever seen.
John O'Shea's my most disliked person I've ever met in my life.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really like John. Fuck, I want to knock him out.
yeah.
I really like him.
Yeah.
I just like to smash both his front teeth in.
Yeah.
He's a good bloke, and I like him.
How would Ray handle that?
Ray,
Yeah.
No. If you're a licensed person, that would be bringing the game into disrepute because you just threatened
What? So
somebody.
it's what? No.
It's all. But he's like that, John, isn't he? Or Rick. Maybe I like
But
John and I hate Rick.
It's like
That's it.
it's like he's on the opposing team, and so you're obviously in the heat of battle. You're as competitive as anything.
He's East man, right? And you go to the football stadium. I saw him in the bar with Stewie, and I couldn't wait to run over and get a round of drinks and have a beer after how the horse again. I couldn't wait. And then once him at the track, it's filthy O'Shea over there.
Yeah,
he's
it's really-
wearing the corporate badge there as
It's
well.
weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a weird life. Horses to follow. We got anything, guys?
I think just be forgiving of horses on Saturday.
Well, I think that's very
and,
important.
And the good runs maybe do your old thing. Tip them upside down, Glenn.
I thought Kermadec and Hartnell's runs were.
I think Kermadec, yeah. Kermadec.
Hartnell awesome too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I
Might
like,
be a
I
bit
like
of a
that
gut
style of
buster.
return.
Might be a bit of a gut buster.
I think Hartnell needs.
I saw,
It's like a lot of these horses. They need the pace on, bang, right
Bjorn
spot.
Baker's horse, which ran last and called Gold Ambition, I thought could come down the class and zot straight in, coming off a 10th of 10th. I know the videotape watchers said it was a bit held up, but I thought it came back with a bit of condition. I think it'll trim down. And
Right. So what's sitting back in that field where they've crawled to the line and staying back? This is different. You know.
yeah, well, I'm just talking about from the Pereira.
But people see different things about.
Yeah,
horses.
I saw something there.
And Glenn's saying a dropping grade. That's it.
And I said him drop grade. I'm not saying in that class, and whether it would come back, whether there's a race it can go to, I don't know. I'm not, but it has run 9th of 9th. You know, like for going forward, Tatusha's run 2nd, and Gold Ambition's run 9th. They met in the same race. I take 6-4 Gold Ambition to beat Tatusha every day of the week. We're trying to find winners.
I mean, Tatusha's what 6th up or 7th up,
Exposed.
whatever.
Tatusha's seemed to come a long way. What's debuted at Musselburgh?
No, they did at Newcastle in that 900 metre race where Gay's thing that won the Themis set outside lead and.
Tatusha scratched me like
Yeah, there it is.
a year ago.
Oh, speaking of which, how's our Winetails Barramilla looking
Well,
now?
Barramilla's looking pretty good.
How are we going? How are we
What about
going?
that? Yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
I said they were the equal. You said how stupid. You're wrong. You're right. I might be wrong. Barramilla might be just better.
I've got this piece in my favour.
Oh, we'll see.
All right, we just need them to match up. In
Oh,
race.
wouldn't it be great? They couldn't meet in a fortnight.
I'll tell you what Wine Tails
really?
is a touch. Precious.
Oh,
It needs everything perfect.
Yeah.
Pace on.
Yep.
Drier track. Suck. Pull out. Win by 4. Barramilla is a little more less
Takes
precious.
I think Barramilla does. Yeah.
That's a bit
I think you know.
precious,
I think you know what you get every time with Barramilla, and she runs. I think she runs pretty much the same numbers every time. It's just whether she's
And again,
fast enough.
what
And she does also
the
need a little bit.
deliciousness of the argument or the thing is fantastic.
We can have this
I'm
argument.
definitely under pressure.
Yeah. But you've also got time on your side though, because you've got what Barramilla's got 2-3 years head start on her.
Yeah, Barramilla's 7.
Seven, I think.
7 she's 7.
And Wine's 5.
4.
4 is she?
Yeah, so we've got 3. You've got 3 years. Anyway,
Fair enough.
all right, lovely. Time for.
Yeah, you're going to do the thing, mate?
Yeah.
It's time for slaughter of the quarter.
Brought to you by lovely Lauren, who is living, or Lil. She's moved out of Maitland, she's moved back to Cody rang me, she's moved back to town.
Move back with him. Or...
Yeah, with Cody, it's any dreams I had of going to Cessnock and on to Taree and ringing Lauren, I'll got somewhere I can crash, a spare room. It's all over.
It's all over.
She's in love with Cody.
All right.
Story of my life.
All right, 3 points Blake Shin. I just thought for the way generally rode the day, and for somebody who we have higher expectations of, and
Wasn't 2 points to go.
I had a drink with Blake on Saturday night, and I got to say, he got pollarded on Saturday. He walked in. No, he didn't walk in. He was his first horse. He was in race 2 as his first ride. And he went past me, and I said, "Here you go, Blake." He said, "Oh, g'day." I said, "Gee, you got a great book today, mate." Just like real, like yeah. Never looked like riding the winner.
No.
And then I saw him Saturday night, and fair income.
he's
a multi-millionaire.
He would
won
have
Melbourne Cups. He's got a life ahead of him to print money. No one looked more disappointed.
Oh
than
no,
him.
he would be.
He
He
was
would.
gutted.
But
he didn't
that's the
That's
professional.
why he's a good rider.
That's exactly right.
Takes
'cause
it so
yeah, exactly
seriously.
right.
He was
And
gutted.
that's why he can be praised as well as brought down on the
Well,
Punters show.
you're bringing him down. I'm sticking very, very
Oh, you're sticking solid.
Oh, I've told us.
You
He
don't
said, "Oh, there's your man. There's your man." He bagged me.
Oh,
I don't think Sid's my man. Yeah.
Oh, Gun's getting a little bit jealous, is he?
No, Gun's got his snowman.
Yeah.
Gun's all sweet.
Gun
No,
doesn't need any.
it's just funny because people think I'm Shin's man. Like, it's funny.
Anyway, you got 3 points this week, and I'm
Kathy
giving
too.
2 points to Kathy for Kenny Essen and Beau Taraj on Wednesday, and I think really.
She fits in there every time now. She's unbackable.
Oh, actually,
She's
sorry.
unbackable.
Hang on,
She's
hang on.
Unbackable. She's easy.
Hang on, we've gone him again. One, it's that revert back. 1, 2, 3 stewards. Brent Zarafa. There it is. Has to be 3 for this.
Well, it does seem a pretty.
yeah, so
You stewards, I just think you've been. I think you've had a little bite here, and you've had to go on with it. And I reckon,
you know,
if you could spit out what's in your mouth
Yeah.
and not have started, I reckon you would.
You know what? I reckon that's a lot of the things that happen with these things. The steward, because we've got the system that the person
Police
laying the
integrity.
charges are also investigating the charges. Police lay the charges in society, then it goes to a court. The stewards lay the charges. Now, if the copper who laid the charges, who's obviously said, "I think about
Gets to be
this,"
the magistrate.
gets to be the magistrate, you are going to go on with it because it does become an ego thing. This is their job. Their job is to control racing. They've said, right, here's a charge. Is it again now time to have a look at the process of it? And the police,
100%.
the person laying the charge can't
100%.
be investigating the charge
I'd love to
because
see
they're going to
the-
be cheering for the
I
charge.
love to see the stats on charge upheld.
Charge upheld, exactly. They've laid the charges.
95%.
Well,
Well, the
what-
Cavanaugh case, he got convicted. There's 32 charges against him. I think. Like, was it 29?
Yeah,
Were,
like
upheld.
it's very hard to lay a charge and then say, no, sorry, we got that totally wrong.
That's probably the only circumstance where charges are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
When there's
sustained is when
30
there's
of
tons
them.
of them.
Where there's a
It doesn't
million
matter.
of them and we'll just say, we'll give this one up, we'll give this one up, we'll give this one up, but we've got you this one.
Was there any more comfortable feel in racing when you're on the second horse? It looks to have been very unlucky, and you hear the siren go off, and you hear, oh, it's a protest steward. It's a real fuzzy feeling.
Yeah, the stewards have put the
In
protest.
about 10 minutes,
Yeah.
I'm going to collect.
Yeah, exactly, or I'm gone. One of the two. But
Well,
yeah,
they're gonna-
but I think that's half the thing is that
Yeah.
if they're leveling the charges, they're cheering for the charges.
I reckon deep down they'd be disappointed they've done this.
If they stop and think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a disappointment. And I think it's going to work out particularly disappointing for them because I think it's going to turn. I think,
There's not a reverse gear with it. I mean, but the thing is, if they didn't have absolute bile in their mouth for the Cody Morgan thing that we've spoken about many times in the show, and wanted to spit that out, they can stop. They can. They don't have to keep driving and driving and driving hard. And it was pretty obvious that they got that totally wrong, and they've kept on driving and driving and talking about trying to ruin somebody's, or have potentially ruining somebody's career. What about their life? You know, so they haven't showed the propensity to put drive into at least neutral and maybe even just ease up. They keep going. They go on with it. Murray Connellan.
wow, it just seems
Murray
like...
Connellan's warned off for 2 years for having $5 bets.
Shame the Romans didn't nail him completely to the cross that bloke 2,000 years ago. Maybe the world would be a better place.
Anyway, Pearl of Wisdom time, Mark. Bring.
Have you got one, Mark? On this beautiful spring day?
Bit philosophical.
Yeah, well, I
Mike.
brought one before about a good man and a bad man. And
Yeah, Glenn was speaking from the mount.
My favourite book of all time is Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance.
Glenn's
Written by a
read,
guy.
wow, that's a...
Glenn's read
Written
it
by
a
a
few times.
guy by the name of Robert M. Percy. He's got a really weird name. But anyway, he spoke about how to perceive quality, or he thought thought the sort of meaning of life was actually perceiving quality in your life, or perceiving quality in wherever you go. And he used this metaphor of the rail, the train, where you've got the engine, which is going forward, looking ahead, seeing which way the rails are going, and the box cars, which have got all the stuff in them. Doing the form is a lot like that. You're in the van, you're in the engine, you're looking ahead, your knowledge is in the box cars.
Yes.
The form.
Yeah.
The form's the box cars.
And your memory.
Yeah. The mistake you can make is, instead of focusing on what's ahead, because you've got the knowledge, is to go back in the box cars and go, I better just check what's in there and go back over the form. You already know the form. Don't go back over the form. You'll only lose sight of what's ahead.
Yes. Well, in my period in racing, the biggest amount of period I ever found when I ever picked a lot of winners or backed a lot of winners was on Thursday night driving home with Stuart Davidson, Taxi, Rob Simpson, and and we get
In the
Rob
Camry?
in his
Beamer.
little Beamer, and we get the acceptance out for Saturday, and we go, oh yeah, Wally, oh Wally will win, and then we go, yeah, Wally will win,
Yeah.
and
You knew enough.
we knew enough just with our little 4 ranting, without doing. You'd pick 5 winners on Saturday, and you couldn't wait for betting no because it was no non-corporate
Yeah.
days.
That's
But
right,
it was
that's
it was
right.
a
Yeah, you have to wait
freshness.
36 hours.
It was a freshness.
Fresh is good.
Fresh is good.
Fresh is good.
All right, to the Punter Show.
Praise
It's been
Allah.
pretty exciting, and you're learning all the time, and we learn off you. So there it is.
In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen.